It's a picturesque view.
Thank you.
What for?
Why, for liking the view. It makes me very happy.
You get happy very easily, don't you? You know, I haven't been in an open shed like this since I was a boy. Which, at this point, seems a good 2,000 years ago.
You mean you're tired?
Hi, lassie, I'm tired. That's why you brought me here, isn't it? So I can take a nap?
I shouldn't think a long walk would fatigue a young lad like you.
A young lad?
You're very young.
That's either a deliberate lie or wishful thinking. I'm ancient, decrepit, and disintegrating rapidly. What's under here, a rock garden?
My father used to sleep on it.
That was his second mistake.
He and my mother met in the shed. You see, my mother was a gypsy. And one day she was walking past and she saw my father and he had asleep on the cot. Well, she liked the look of him and she was a wee bit tired anyhow. So she sat in that chair, smiled to herself and waited for him to wake up. And it wasn't long after that I was born.
That's the sweetest bedtime story I've ever heard.
You're sure you're comfortable?
Very. Thank you. Very much. You've been more than kind. Now, if you want to round out your generosity, buzz off.
You're a broad, handsome lad.
You should see me when I'm rested. I'm almost robust.
I just hate to leave you.
Oh, you better. When I sleep, I make all sorts of odd noises.
Who told you? Do you have a wife?
No. But I was engaged once.
What happened to the last you're engaged to?
I fell in love with a Russian.
A Russian?
Yes.
Russia's in Europe, isn't it?
Yes, more and more.
Oh.
It's not far from here, really. Just cross the channel and turn left.
You're a winning lad. A right winning lad.
Now look, lass, I'm not sure I know what you're after, but I don't want to. I want to go to sleep.
But don't you see, I'm highly attracted to you.
Thank you. Very much. When I wake up, we'll discuss the whole problem. And believe me, you have a problem.
And when I see you lying there in the cot, I feel little tadpoles jumping in my spine.
That's as repulsive idea as I've heard in years. You know, if sex were a hobby, you'd be a collector's item.
But I've waited so long.
Go! Go!
You men are all alike.
I should certainly hope so.
You're all brutes. You get what you want from a lass and 'tis farewell.
Get what I want? I can't even get you to go away.
That's exactly what I'm referring to. I thought you were interested in me, and that's why I let me bring you here. You misled me.
You certainly have one hell of an imagination. Can you think of one good reason why I, a strange man, would be interested in you, a strange woman? And at this hour of the day, too.
Of course I can. Because you're a lad and I'm a lass.
With that philosophy, you must have had a very provocative career.
I've had a great many heartbreaks.
I don't doubt it at all.
At 16 years I was blue and sad. Then father said I should find a lad. So I set out to become a wife and found the real love of my life. His name, it was Chris, and the last was McGill. I met him one night picking flowers on the hill. He had lots of charm and a certain kind of touch, and a certain kind of eagerness that pleased me very much. So there 'neath the moon where romance often springs, where one is low. I told my father the awful truth. He said, what difference you've got your youth? So out I went mad to be a wife and found the real love of my life. Oh, he was a poet, a rhymer was he. He read me some verse he had written for me. He said they would move me, these poems from his pen. And alright he was, because they moved me right into the glen. We stayed till the dawn came and lighted the sky. Then I shook his hand and I bid him goodbye. I never went back, for what I had heard was true, that a poet only writes about the things he cannot do. My past said, look out for men who think. You'll be more certain with men who drink. So out I went to become a wife and found the real love of my life. Oh, he was a soldier, a fine Highland son. He told me about all the battles he'd won. He wasted his time telling me about his might. For a look at him decided me to not put up a fight. We skirmished for hours that night in the glen, and I found the sword has more might than the pen. But when I was drowsing, I smote my dismay, and he thought it was a bugle and got up and marched away. My pa said, daughter, there must be one, someone who's true